Hey everyone, we're back again with a new video, and some things have changed. If you haven't noticed, there's a lovely lady next to me, and this is my BFF, Laura. And so what has changed in the time? It's been about a month since you've seen a video from me, and a lot's changed in that time. And one exciting thing that changed is that I got my onboarding call. So we are ready to hit the road and make this thing amazing. So, but let's talk a little bit about this woman here. So she does my hair. Does everybody like this cute cut she gave me?
Very, very
cute cut and color. She does my hair all the time. And she's kind of like my mama. And I'm always over her house. I bring my kids to play over here. They call her Mima. She's an important part of my life. And so while she was doing my hair last time, I was sitting there and I was telling her all about LuLaRoe. And because we got to share with everybody, right? Everybody deserves a little LuLaRoe in their life. So I was telling her all about LuLaRoe and everything I loved about it and how I was going to start this business and I was going to kick some butt and how I was going to really just share it with everyone. And she turns to me and she says, "Do you want a partner?" And I said, "Who are you thinking about?" And she said, and my immediate reaction was, "Of course, that would be so great," because there are so many things that are good qualities about her. Her personality is fabulous. She's such a lover, and she'd be great as a team mom because we do hope to build a team. She's going to be a great team mom because she's my biggest supporter in everything that I've ever done. And so she's great at that. She's great at leading, and she's great at all the creativity. And honestly, like a lot of my negatives that I have, she balances them out and makes them positive. So
we're going to be a great team.
We're going to be a great team. We're going to be a phenomenal team.
This.
And so we wanted to introduce our new team. So we are now LuLaRoe, Christy, and Laura. Mm-hmm. So if you want to join our VIP shopping page, it's on the Facebook. It's in the groups. LuLaRoe, Christy, Laura, VIP. So come and join us and shop and see all the LuLaRoe goodness that we're going to have.
But should be lots of fun.
It's going to be lots of fun. Our group is going to be lots of fun. And we kind of were talking about how we wanted our group to be, and we really want to be a pay it forward type of group. So we're going to do giveaways. We're going to have all that fun stuff, but we're also going to look at ways we can be paying it forward because we've been blessed and we're going to help bless others. And we encourage all of our people in our group to help bless others too. So come and be a part of that. So we want to talk about a couple things first. So we made the decision to be a partnership. That is a hard decision to make for most people. It was kind of easy for me because of the obvious qualities. She's like my mom, so we're not going to break up anytime soon. But there are some things that we wanted to talk to you because there's not really a video out there about partnerships. So I kind of wanted to touch on that while we're talking about things and things you consider while doing a partnership.
Also, too, we are going to come back online after we've partnered for a few months to let you know how this is working.
Yeah, we'll give you some tips.
And we can give you tips on how to make it work.
Learn from our mistakes. Mm-hmm. So, number one thing I thought of whenever you think about a partnership is trust. In reality, I actually was offered to be a partner with somebody else before I partnered with Laura, and I turned them down because not that I didn't trust that person really. I mean, I love them. They're a good friend. I love them. But I never really would have done this business with anyone besides Laura because I trust that she will work just as hard as I will. I have no doubt that she is probably going to outwork me. So I needed to partner with somebody who I can trust with everything. And I know I can trust Laura 100%. It's not a doubt to me. And I've told her all of my deepest, darkest secrets. I mean, she knows everything. Everything. And she still loves me. So I have zero doubts about her integrity. I have zero doubts about her work ethic. And I know she's going to be pulling her share of the load. The second thing you really need to consider is the responsibilities. Two heads are better than one. And this business is going to take a lot of time. I have little kids and she doesn't. And so it's really going to help complement that if whenever, like, you know, when that 7-month-old is teething and I'm up all night with her, I know that Laura's going to be there for me in the morning, and it's going to make our customer service way better because we'll be able to act faster for people. So I think together we're the perfect duo. And I'm techie and she's not techie, so it kind of helps in that respect too. One thing,
artsy.
She's artsy,
She's
which
not artsy.
I'm not. Oh, so not artsy. Like, I'm resistant to art and anything that requires cuteness. I mean, I love it. I want to paint my house with it, but I need someone else to come in and do it for me because I'm not that way. So another thing to really consider whenever you're considering a partnership is that LuLaRoe sees you as one person. So LuLaRoe, because I signed on originally, LuLaRoe only sees me. They recognize that she's my partner, but they only see me as one person. And so whenever it comes to contests, if we were to cruise qualify, which we're totally going to do, they will still give us 2 tickets, which normal people who are doing this by themselves, that second ticket is for their spouse or BFF or something like that. So we're going to split those tickets, and our spouses can stay home with the kids, and or
we're going to work hard to deserve
or we'll
that.
pay for them to have a spot on
That's
the cruise.
probably what we'll do.
If my husband's watching this, of course we will. Of course. Yes, honey, we will.
You bet.
So, but LuLaRoe, when you win something through LuLaRoe, they'll do it for 2 people, but normally that's for your spouse or significant other, whereas it'll be for both of us. So our spouses sometimes won't join us on those things, which is okay. It's fine. We like to party by ourselves. And but also the part where it gets sticky for people in partnerships is that if our partnership were to dissolve, or if you decide to go into a partnership and your partnership dissolves, the main person, so me in this case, would everything would fall on that person. So any team that we had built or anything like that, the bonus checks that come from teams below us, that would all stick with me. And she would, if she decided to continue with LuLaRoe, she would have to onboard all over again and start from scratch, basically.
Which there's no way I'm going to do that.
Which there's no way she's going to do that. And there's really, I mean, we
I'm
talked.
not techie at all.
We talked about ways that this would dissolve, and one of them was death. She was like, "Well, if you die, I ain't doing this anymore." So we're pretty solid. We're good. But for others that don't have the benefit of our relationship, you will really need to think about it, because partnerships do dissolve in LuLaRoe. I mean, it does happen. People do sign on to LuLaRoe as a partnership and eventually dissolve. And they figure it out, so it is possible to figure it out. It's not an impossible thing to do. But it is something to consider and to kind of maybe work into your agreement before you sign on so that you know how that's going to go down. And we've talked about it because, I mean, I have a young family. My husband's still working. It's totally possible that I could move someday and we wouldn't be so close, because right now we live like a mile from each other. So, I mean, we've also talked about that outcome of how we would work that. And, so we've got our bases covered. So that's something, if you're going to do a partnership, you need to cover some bases in that respect. But that is definitely something, a big thing to consider whenever you're thinking about doing LuLaRoe as a partnership, if you do it. One thing I would caution is that if your purpose of doing a team is because of the onboarding costs, I mean, we've talked about this in my last video. I know it's a lot of money. I know $5,000, $6,000 is not a drop in the bucket, and it's a big commitment. Do not do a partnership because of the money. Absolutely not. 100%. No doubts about it. Don't do it. Because that's surely the ticket to have a problem with your partnership in the beginning. We've talked about ways to do your investment, your initial investment, and I mean, we just applied for a credit card with we did the Citibank Freedom Unlimited card. We got approved for a big credit limit, and it's got 0% interest for the first 15 months. So we have 15 months to pay back our initial investment. All we have to do is pay that minimum payment, and there's no interest coming to us. So if you can apply for one of those and put your initial investment on there, that is definitely a way that I suggest. Another thing I like about the credit card that we did, it also is giving us 1.5% cash back for every purchase that we make. So you're getting points, you're getting cash back. And then also another part of the thing that the credit card gave us was if we spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, and we just did in one purchase, they're going to give us $200 back. So we automatically got $200
Yay!
for free.
Yay!
So there are ways to do this, and there are, and like I said in my last video, I talked to a lot of consultants, and I've continued to talk to more consultants, and almost every single person I talked to said they made their initial investment back in 3 months. I've got 15 months to pay it off. 3 months, no big deal. So it's a scary thing. I'm not going to lie to you. It's scary. We're scary. I even told my husband last night, what if I suck at this? And he's like, honey, you're not going to suck at this. It's going to be just fine. So
it's an adventure.
Just know, it's an adventure, and it's a risk. But you know what? You got to take risks in life. If you don't, it's really boring.
Yep.
So
I needed a change.
Yes, we do need change.
Yep,
we do.
do.
We need a little excitement in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
We also, we made a partnership agreement. That was another thing that you guys should do is, like I said, Laura's like my mother. Really like my mother. In fact, I call her my mother-in-law all the time because she's always been there for me in fact, she introduced herself as my mother whenever I married my husband because she adopted my husband years ago. So even though we have that close a relationship, we still did a partnership agreement, and it's a contract that we put together and we signed, and it's 7 pages long.
Yeah.
It's real deal.
Yeah.
My husband doesn't play around, and we talked about, he's very business savvy, and he helped me with this contract, and we laid out everything. What everybody's roles are, how much time this is going to take, how we're going to dedicate that time, the money, how it dissolves, everything. So it's clear from the beginning. So that you have your division of duties, our accounting procedures are laid out there, definition and division of profits, how we'll save for our taxes and all of our incidentals, how we plan to grow the inventory, and what happens if the partnership dissolves. So that way, no one gets caught off guard when something comes up because we agreed on it from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So no matter what your relationship is with the person that you're doing it, if you are blood sisters with them or blood mother and daughter, it don't matter. You don't mess around when it comes to money. And so you still make that partnership agreement because that's going to save you a lot of headache in the end. Not that I ever expect anything with Laura she's the most pure-hearted person you've ever met in your life, and would no, she said
okay.
I know.
I'm trying.
She is. If she can love me, she's pure-hearted.
She's easy to
love. But you need to lay things out and lay it in writing, because with business, this is a business. This isn't a hobby. You're not putting down $5,000 to do a hobby. This is a business. So you need to make sure that you've got everything done. One thing that we decided to do that was a little different than a lot of other partnerships we've come across is that we currently are not doing an LLC. It does mean that initially we're going to pay a higher tax rate, and it does mean that we don't initially have the protection. But here in California, California's awful when it comes to businesses. They have some crazy LLC fees, and if you don't even make any money, you still got to pay them $800 a year, plus the other fees that you have to do every year for them. So we're gonna wait until we've got a team, because those bonus checks are what really make it necessary to have an LLC. So we're gonna wait a little bit till we're a little bit profitable, and then we're gonna do our LLC. So we're starting out as just a partnership, a legal partnership. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to do an LLC after. So that's just how we're doing it. Definitely talk to your accountant and figure out what's best for you guys. That's just how we've decided with the advice from a couple business people here in California that we've gotten advice from in regards to partnerships. And so, but that's just our personal prerogative, what we've decided to do. So we're going to, but we are going to do an LLC. It's not like we're saying don't do one, because it's totally something you should do to protect yourself, to protect your investment, to protect us, to also you get a much lower tax rate if you do an LLC. But we're going to wait until we have made a little money first before we start paying those crazy LLC fees. But it is the number one reason why businesses leave California. So California needs to get on that. If someone could, tell my governor that. So now that we've laid out all the partnership information, we have onboarded, and it's pretty crazy. We're really excited. It happened a lot faster than we thought, and Laura didn't come, but I went to the Salt Lake City Inspire Tour, and I got selected to onboard early there. So that's pretty exciting. So if you have an Inspire Tour anywhere near you, because they happen twice a year, so no matter when you're watching this video, there's probably Inspire Tours going on, get to them, because Deanne, one, is amazing to learn from. And she's just, her personality just rubbing off on you is fabulous. She's a beautiful person inside and out. But they do those lotteries, and they randomly select people to onboard, and it could be you. It was us. Luckily, because I drove 10 hours in the car with 4 children to do it, and so I'm really happy that it happened.
Me too.
I mean, I went to Utah for other reasons too, but I was really hoping. And so that happened. And so we got to onboard early. So we currently are scrambling because I made all those lists. Well, we were going to start purchasing now because we didn't expect to onboard for another month. But now we just went shopping today and bought some stuff, and we're going to continue shopping. And our inventory should be here within like a week.
Yay.
So we are all ordered, ready to go. We are official LuLaRoe consultants. Our Facebook pages are live. We've already planned to do our in-home parties. And if you're in Roseville, you want to have a party, or anywhere near Roseville, we will travel, or you can come to us. Either way.
We're going to have an open store here at all times. So the merchandise will be out, and we'll make ourselves available if anybody wants to come by and shop.
Yes,
And
that's the benefit.
Or your daughters or whatever.
You need a friend, you come be our friend.
Yeah.
Because we're fun. And Laura has a good pool. Yeah. Laura has a great house. So it's all going to be at Laura's house. She's got a lot of space. And so the inventory will be up all the time. And so if you ever need to shop, just come on by.
Come on.
So what that means for us is, one thing I want to talk about was, yes, we onboarded. That's super exciting, super fast, and super amazing. But some changes that LuLaRoe has done that benefits everyone who's in the queue. So as of this Monday, LuLaRoe started onboarding 400 consultants a day. So whenever I started, it was when I first signed on April 26th, it was 150 consultants a day. And so I was expecting I would onboard around like end of July, and because of how far I was down in the queue. But then they started bumping it up to 200, and all of a sudden it got a little faster. And then this last Monday they announced they're going to onboard at least, and that's at least. They're aiming for 5, but they're saying we will onboard at least 400 a day. So as of Monday, they were onboarding people who signed on April 5th. And today I got a message saying they were onboarding people who signed on April 13th.
So if you want to join in with us, and be under us, we'd be glad to train you and teach you all the stuff that we know. Christy is an awesome business partner.
I'm learning a lot.
And she is very techie, and she knows all about how to do the technical stuff.
And I'm making lots of friends in LuLaRoe, so that's a good piece
and
of
we
advice
work together, all the people in
no
the
matter
area.
what team you are. Because here in Roseville, there's a couple consultants, but none of them are on our team. And I was just chatting with one of them this morning. And they were so nice and so gracious, and they were inviting us to things. And so, I mean, the LuLaRoe sisterhood is amazing. It's not about teams. It's all about just sharing the love. So, so we are happy to show you what we've learned in our short amount of time, and we are just and I'm kind of a go-getter, and I will learn everything, and I don't need someone to show me stuff. I will go find it myself, although it's really helpful when someone shows me. But if I can't find it, if no one's here to give it to me, I will find it, because I want everything. I'm a penny pincher, and I will find every good deal. And as far as information goes to make my business easier, I'm going to find it, because I firmly believe in working smarter, not harder. Okay, so another big change that LuLaRoe has done to the onboarding process is they have stopped allowing everyone to pick their styles, which at first there was like this outrage of, oh my gosh, I can't pick my style. But then when people started seeing that LuLaRoe knows what they're doing, and they gave us good styles. And so the onboarding package currently is a set 6 styles, and you can do an add-on package to add more things. And so now it's a set 6 styles, and currently, and it changes because it has changed in like the 2 or 3 weeks they've offered it. It did change once. So It may not be the same for you as it was for us, but it's always going to be a random mix of styles, something to give you a good variety, good sizes, and that way the onboarding process goes faster, because it was slowing down the onboarding with letting everybody choose their styles, because they were hemming and hawing about, oh, do I want this? Oh, do I want that? And it was taking the onboarding calls so long to get through, so they couldn't get through so many. My onboarding call took like 5 minutes, max, if that. I don't even know if I was on the phone for a whole 5 minutes. It was, hey, Christy, are you ready to onboard? Because I'm ready to put you on. And they took my credit card number, and I was off the phone. That was it. I was done.
Yeah, it's really simplifies
So
things.
it simplifies it a lot, and I'm totally confident in what they're sending me. In fact, I'm really excited about what they're sending me, and I'm really excited to see what's inside the boxes, to see the prints. So that's another thing that they have done that I think is really great. At first, like I said, there's a little bit of an uproar, but everybody got over it the second they figured out that LuLaRoe doesn't know what they're doing. So that's another key advice I'll give to you if you're going to do this, is trust. Just trust them that they are not going to do you wrong. They're going to do everything in their power to make you succeed. Because that's all they want. They want everyone to succeed. Mm-hmm. So that's the changes that have happened with LuLaRoe and all the exciting things that have happened. So get on Facebook and follow us there. Go to our page. And then also go to Periscope and follow us on Periscope. We are LuLaRoe Christy Laura on Periscope. And you can find all the information down in the details. And because we will do sneak peeks and we'll do some live sales on Periscope. And sometimes we're going to do them there first. So if you want to know that you're always getting first dibs, then you want to follow us on both. Because you know how it is when LuLaRoe comes. Those good prints go fast. So you want to be in that conversation. For Facebook Live, there's been a lot of conversation about Facebook Live. Facebook Live is great. We're only going to do sneak peeks in Facebook Live or informational tools in Facebook Live, because there's such a lag on Facebook Live currently that it makes selling really hard, and I almost think not really fair, because if you have a slower internet connection, you can't, your sold won't come through as fast as somebody who has a higher speed internet. So, whereas Periscope doesn't have that problem. So we're going to limit ourselves to doing sales on Periscope and then in the albums in the Facebook group. So just so you know, that's how we're going to run things. If that's something you're considering for your business, that's also what I suggest. I work in social media all the time. That's my other job besides this. So that's something I've noticed with Facebook Live. And so just because I don't feel that it's fair, because of that lag, I'm not going to do any sales on Facebook Live. But that's our decision. So that is all we have for you today.
Yay!
We're really excited, and we really hope that you will come and join us and party with us. And we're always doing giveaways, so that's a good reason to stop by too. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.